Hi friends at the Courage Project. This is Dr. Brie Moore and I am a clinical child psychologist and founder of the Courage Project. I'm also a wife and a mother and I absolutely love everything outdoors. I feel incredibly blessed to live in the Tahoe area and to have access to mountain biking, climbing, paddling, everything that you could possibly want out here. And one of the reasons I love being in the outdoors is not just for the peace and the relaxation. That part's kind of a given. But more because it always gives me a sense of clarity and a sense of balance that I don't really otherwise have on a regular basis. I have a lot of energy, and sometimes that energy takes me in less than helpful directions. So I can get pretty worried about whether or not I've got what it takes. Whether I've got what it takes to do something challenging, to do something scary, to do something that maybe I've never done before. And what I found from doing things like snowboarding and skiing and climbing and paddling is that I always got a little bit more in me than I know. And there's one story in particular that I thought might be helpful to share. So I was wakeboarding when I was in college, and I learned that right before I went off the lip of the wake, and it was the same snowboarding, right when I went off the lip of the jump, I couldn't think too far ahead. I couldn't worry about whether or not I was going to land, or whether I was going to land hard, or whether I was going to get hurt. But instead, I just had to make sure that I was clear about my intentions and that I stayed focused on leaving the lip in a balanced position. And as long as I was balanced, I knew I'd find my way through. So one day I was sitting on my bed working, and I was surrounded by research articles. And I was trying to teach myself hierarchical regression analysis for my master's thesis. And all of a sudden I was kind of flooded with panic. Not just my kind of typical worry and self-doubt, but this panic that I was absolutely an imposter, that I didn't belong here, that I wasn't smart enough, that I wasn't capable of doing this, that this was way over my head, and that, I was just a fraud, I didn't belong. And so what I did, because this feeling wasn't quite as unfamiliar as, I might have thought, I stacked up all my papers and I closed my laptop and I put them on my dresser on my bedside table, and I closed my eyes. And I imagined my time on the water, and I imagined my time in the mountains. And I thought, all I gotta do is breathe. And I do this breath right before I leave the lip of a jump, where I just exhale, kind of forcefully and purposefully, and that brings me back to center. And it reminds me to just take it one moment at a time. And so I took my breath, I went, and I just gave myself a moment, just a moment to come back to the here and now. And I actually don't even remember how the story ends. All I know is I made it through that moment, and I made it through my master's, and another master's, and a PhD, and having a baby, and a divorce, and breakups, and so many more life challenges. And it wasn't because everything was easy that I made my way through, but it's because if you take it slow, you don't even really have to trust in yourself. You can still be filled with self-doubt, but you can accomplish pretty incredible things. So what I want you guys to think about, to explore, if you will, is whether or not you can just slow it down, just for a minute, just to be here in the present moment, in the now, and see if you just put one more foot in front of you. If you just take one breath, if you maybe just make one move, if maybe you can achieve new heights. Maybe you can do something that you never imagined in your wildest dreams you were capable of doing. And then maybe 25 years or so more down the line, you'll be really surprised at the things that you've accomplished, and really grateful for all those challenges, because in hindsight, they've really given you the strength and the courage to dream big and to chase down your dreams, and to really trust that if you care enough and you're inspired and you're willing to work hard and maybe even get a little dirty, a little bruised along the way, you can accomplish absolutely anything. So thanks for your time. Thanks for listening. Sending you lots of love. I would send you courage, but you got all you need inside of you. But trust in you. Trust in you. You'll definitely surprise yourself.